As the planet's biggest climate conference, COP30, wraps up later this week in the Brazilian city of Belém, anti-plastics advocates are still further out from securing a global plastics treaty. Even so, advocates such as the Eco-Shift are pressing ahead with its mission to influence people to shift to plastic-free products. For nearly 7 years, the Eco-Shift's use of non-plastic personal care essentials have aimed to reverse what it calls the damage done to the planet. Well, with us now for more is the Eco-Shift founder and CEO, Irene Villaespin. Good seeing you here, Irene. Welcome to the program.
Good morning, Ms. Kathy. Thank you for having me.
You're most welcome. So you're hitting 7 years by December 5th. So how has it gone then for that journey of between 2018 when you started and now? How many people have you convinced to go plastics free?
Okay, so the number of people we've managed to convince to shift to a plastic-free lifestyle, because we have a 1 million mission. Unfortunately, we haven't reached that number yet, but we've sold more than 1 million shampoo bars already since we launched. And we have managed to convince more than 200,000 customers already. We are only tracking based on our website because primarily our business is 90% done online.
So that's 200,000 customers of repeat business.
Yes.
They're the ones supporting you now. What do you know of them, given that 7-year journey of how they came on board and how you've been able to retain them and maybe even attract more from their own communities?
Yes, so it's very interesting. You know, when I started, it only started because I wanted to shift to a plastic-free lifestyle. So I had a very difficult time looking for products that would suit me. And then I thought, it's just not me. I'm sure there are other people out there who thinks like me, who wanted to do the shift. I was really surprised because it was done organically when I started in 2018. But during the pandemic, like 2020, you know, people are more prone to buying online, so they discovered more of our products and they liked it. And it's a niche market at first because, you know, people who think like me who wanted to switch to sustainable products. And then it started to grow because, of course, the product is good, and then the advocacy and the number of bottles that you have prevented from ending in landfills. And I'm very happy to share that since we started, we have managed to prevent 14 million plastic bottles from ending in landfills already, because we also measure our success not just by profit, but we also measure it by the impact. So we count the number of bottles we have prevented and then extrapolated these numbers.
How does that work out? 14 million bottles, how do you track that? Is it because, as I understand, part of the sustainability thrust is really in the packaging?
Yes, that is true. So we wanted to have zero waste, but it's kind of really hard to come up with a product that's zero waste because it's nearly impossible to do that in our current state, right? So what we do is 1 shampoo bar is equivalent to 2.5 plastic bottles. So that's how we compute it, because it's like 80 wash per shampoo bar. So we just extrapolated these numbers based on the number of products that we have sold so far. So that's how we've managed to compute the 14.5 million plastic bottles from ending in landfills. So every time you buy a shampoo bar from us, that's already 2.5 plastic bottles from ending in landfills. So one person consumes like 12 plastic bottles a year just for shampoo alone. Imagine if you use conditioner, body wash, and all the other things that you do to look good and feel good.
Right, and a big part of your business is the innovation you bring, and you are the first to bring in a certain technology that actually decomposes as it's thrown.
Yes.
How does that look like, and exactly what is it the life cycle, as you call it?
Yeah, so when I started, it was really hard to come up with a product that's totally zero waste, especially in skincare. So I have to wait for the innovation to actually come. So this is called Vivomer, the innovation. It's 100% compostable. So what does it mean? Like, even if you leave it alone, you don't do anything, you don't put it in recycling, you just put it in your composting, it will just decompose, and then it will just join the soil and then go back to the earth. So that's the kind of packaging that we really wanted to have, because, you know, people when they buy, they don't really think about sustainability. They only think about what it's going to, how it will affect me, or this is like, you know, when they go through the grocery stores, they only look at what's in it for me. They don't, like, packaging is the last of their, if they're in their
but
minds.
I'm sure they look at price, and
Price
that comes as a premium. It would cost to import the technology. I'm wondering how sensitive those price points are and how you're convincing them to give a little up so that they become more sustainable.
Okay, so when I started with the skincare, we do the glass containers, no? So I did not change the pricing even if I got the new technology, because that's where the advocacy comes in, like people, planet, and profit. So I have to make sure that we still have a little bit of profit in place, but then without increasing the price points, because I want my customers to actually be able to buy the products that I offer, because it doesn't make sense if I produce products and then they cannot buy it, because that does not make it sustainable. So I want the customers to be able to buy these products, and in such a way, it's just price neutral with what we currently have. Because I wanted the customers to know that, hey, there are options available. You don't have to choose this product. Like, if you really want nice hair and all these things, we have a product here that also give you nice hair, give you nice skin, all the good stuff that you want, but then it comes plastic free. And then it's price neutral. So hopefully, when people are watching this interview, they would also be encouraged to start looking for options that would suit them best.
And be more mindful of their choices. And being an entrepreneur, it's like a balancing act between sustainability and profitability. Well, thank you so much, Irene. I much appreciate the conversation. Irene Villaespin of the Eco Shift.